Hi guys, welcome to my next video. So first of all, I'm a little annoyed that I can't film with my iPhone, and I can. My iPhone works just fine, and I can film with it. Here it is. But the problem is transferring the movies from my iPhone to my computer. For some reason, the connectivity only remains for a very short time. So if I connect my iPhone to my PC, which is not an Apple computer, maybe that's why, I can only transfer several, like 1 or 2 clips, and then the connection breaks, and then I have to plug it out and plug it back in and reconnect the cable every single time, and every single time I'm only able to transfer a small amount of data before it reconnects. It just kicks it out. So it's just this constant battle. I don't know why it's doing it. If you know why, let me know in the comments. So anyway, I decided to make this video using my Canon camera, which is a bigger camera and it's more of a pain in the ass, but the quality is good, and it's just easier than to transfer it from the SD card onto my computer. Anyway, this is a brand new concept of a video, and I thought I would do something different. This video is going to be about dating and looking at a funny dating profile. So the profiles that I'll be looking at will be mostly profiles of other gay men. Not mostly, but only profiles of other gay men. I don't know how much trouble I can get in for doing videos like this on YouTube, and I'm not monetized right now anyway, so I don't really care if this video is not fit to be monetized, but I will be showing screenshots of the profiles just to share. They come from a particular website. I'm only going to do one. This profile comes from a particular website that caters to older, younger relationships, because these are the kind of relationships I've always been interested in. But I just thought this particular profile was really weird, and I decided to show you guys what this profile is all about. So to be fair, this guy is at least truthful, and he lays it out. He doesn't hide anything. So let's start. Tuesday, November 19th, 2019. Only seeking live-in houseboy, slave, or very obedient trainable son and or grandson. Okay. I can work with that, although it's not for me. I would never want to be somebody's live-in slave or a houseboy, but I know some people are into that. I am aging quickly and need help. What? It's a bit of a red flag. You're aging quickly and you need help, so you go on a dating website to advertise for that? Maybe talking to your doctor would be better. I'm masculine and dominant. Oh, that's good. Yes, I am married to a 44-year-old man. He is 5'6" tall and 126 pounds. Okay, so you're already married, you already got somebody living with you. I'm not as concerned anymore. And cute, but works way too much. Well, good for him. His Silver Daddy's profile is X. So I just told you what website this is off of. This is where you come in to be my companion, caregiver, and sex provider long term. What about your husband? You would belong to me and not Andre. Currently, will live on a rural
ranch in a 1925 home that overlooks 185,000 acres of wilderness. Private, scenic, with a good well of water and no light pollution. And quiet nights except for coyote howls, owls, and water.
And the occasional traffic on highway between. So you can kind of look up where they live. We have no cell voice service, so poor reception, but at times can send or receive texts or mail us. No TV or radio here on the mountain, and are thankful to get dish service for slow internet and its many miles to fast food or shopping. So best to plan all trips to town and go once a week grocery shopping. Okay, this is like a real red flag to me. Translation: there's no civilization. If you get in trouble, you may not text anybody. I guess there's a telephone, and slow internet. You're cut off from the world, and there's no radio, there's no TV. I suppose that's good, and some people choose to live that way, but it's kind of crazy. It just sounds like a trap. It sounds like an isolated place. You can't call your friends. You can't text your friends. You're stuck there. Sounds like a freaking prison. I don't know if there's any one person that would enjoy this. Maybe there is. Anyway, let's go on and see what else this guy is advertising for with this captivating profile. I have enjoyed 17 years old in Silver Daddies. Few regrets. I was a real dad, father, grandparent, and lover of men and boys. And and boys? Okay, that's a little creepy. I hope he meant just young guys that are over 18, but it says lover of men and boys. Enjoyed family life and a single life. After many years as a top dad, only last December, after having pneumonia, did I experience erectile dysfunction, which has changed my life. Now sex is only oral, or with myself unless you volunteer to help. I am drug and alcohol free, and no STDs ever. Okay, so he's admitting to having ED. At least he's being honest. Doesn't smoke, doesn't do drugs, that's great. And this next year will attempt to get dentures. Oh, yeah, that's too much information and not exactly a turn on. I don't want somebody with dentures. It is time. Hopefully that enhances my oral sex life if it happens. Oh, that's funny. I was never a bottom and should have tried bottoming, so that's one regret. Anyway, having started male-to-male sex very early, I also married a woman. My second regret, but had a son to raise, which I never regretted. And I agree with him there. I think I actually made a video where I said I wouldn't have kids, so I'm glad when people have kids. So now at 66, I miss having a family or a young son or grandson who understands polyamory at all and wants to relocate and share my life. I am no longer searching. What? He's no longer searching. You put this ad out. That means you're searching. And you just, one sentence before you said you are missing a son or a grandson. But I know he didn't mean like a son or a grandson in a biological sense, because he wants a grandson who understands polyamory. So he wants like a role play son or a grandson in a sexual way. So this is what I find a little weird. Like, he basically wants some young guy who's just barely legal to live there on this isolated farm in the middle of nowhere with no cell reception, no TV, no radio, and be his sex slave. And this guy wouldn't even have this older guy to himself because he still has to share him with his 46-year-old husband. So this is like the worst deal ever. You get to live out in the middle of nowhere with no civilization, and not only do you not even get the guy that you moved there for, you still have to, you're just the third wheel. You still have to share him with this husband. You don't have any rights. I mean, it sounds horrible. Like, when I read that, I actually messaged this guy. I said, you know what? This ad says to me, like, run like the wind. Just run like the wind. To anyone who wants to respond to this ad, I would say, don't. This is a disaster waiting to happen. What else does he say? And having shared laughter and sorrows and great adventures with those I met on Silver Daddies, today I no longer seek any extra quotation mark lovers, but miracles do happen. But clearly you are seeking it, because I'm reading your freaking profile. At the end of my last decade of life, I'm going to drift down life's river and stop rowing against the flow. No games or long stories along the way, and open to whatever life has yet to offer me. Well, that's great. Or not. I can say being partnered with someone has been fulfilling for me most of my life. And love can usually always overcome lust. Still, sex of some kind, touching and cuddling, is a much needed bond for a relationship. I agree, but that's why you have a husband there already, huh? As is communication and touch, and even a pet dog or cat can extend your life. As far as advice, I recommend sex with your best friend to avoid cheating, lying, and secrets. Don't go to bed angry. Anyway, let me know if you enjoyed this. I don't think this guy was a bad guy in any way. I think he's just an older guy who's looking for some more love and affection in his older years. And I hope I kept his privacy well. I don't want people like messaging, trying to find him and say, hey, someone made a YouTube video about him. So I kept the location and the profile name private. Obviously, I don't want to cause any trouble, but it's just, I thought it would be fun to read a profile anonymously and just see a profile that's a little different than most that I've come across. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know what you thought about it.